Some is asking what happened to Pomo Ewedu and Begiri goat meat. Sam, are you Yoruba? Because you asking me for Egusi Ewedu goat meat. You sound Yoruba to me. Passy, good to have you around. Hope you are good. Hope you are good, Passy. Okay, Bruce is saying I love God because He's the one who creates me and He always have favor on me. Thank God for your life, Britain. Sam from Habia State, living in America. Sam, I can see you are missing Nigerian food. With all this food that you are calling, are you salivating? Are you salivating or what? Hi, hi, hi. Mosabu, how you doing? Good to have you on the live today. Please like and subscribe if you haven't. Um, I'm still at work. Britain is still at work. Have a great day at work. Passing from Rwanda. Good to have you around. Good to have you around. Emmanuel. Hi, 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 Emmanuel. Hi, Shashikant. Hope we are all good. So we are talking about the miraculous. Yesterday, somebody was asking Omari, if I can still remember very well, that who is God? Hi Figure. Hi Henna. Hi Jackson. Hi Jackson. Hi Hall. How are we doing? Log, welcome back. Log, I'm trying to prepare something to eat, so I'm doing two things at a time. But because I promised to come on live by 2 p.m. today, and I know I have some people waiting for me, I have to just log in and do two things at a time. So until I'm physically fully around, I can't switch on the video. So how has it been? Kunan, it's good to know you are good. Thank you for coming online. We are discussing about miracles. And I say I strongly believe in miracle. Lord, have you experienced any miracle before? Have you? Have you experienced miracle before? Or do I say, do you believe in miracles? Log is saying I don't recall a specific one. But what happened to Daniel? What happened to Daniel? Sam is saying nothing like miracles, it's just coincidence. Are you sure? What will you say happened to Daniel in Daniel 6 that we discussed yesterday? You weren't around Sam yesterday. We discussed about Daniel, that Daniel was thrown inside the lion's den, but he wasn't eaten by the lion. But by the time they threw the adversaries of Daniel inside the lion's den with their family, they were eaten even before they got to the bottom of the lion. So what do you call that, Sam? Is that a coincidence or a miracle? Do we all agree with Sam that there is no miracle? Philip Smith, what happened? Philip Smith is saying a purple. Hi, Steven. How you doing? I'm good, Steven Roger. Good to have you around. How's your day been? How's your day going? Good afternoon from here in Nigeria. Hope you're cool. So, Steven, do you believe in miracle? Sam here is saying that there's nothing like miracles, it's just coincidence. And I was saying that we discussed about Daniel yesterday, that was thrown inside the lion's den, but wasn't eaten by the lion. Sam, I'm waiting for your reply. Oh. Daniel wasn't eaten by the lion, but his adversaries were eaten. By the time they brought Daniel's house from the lion's den, his adversaries were thrown there, and they were eating with their family members. So Sam, what do we call that? Is that also a coincidence or a miracle? Okay, Stephen is saying there is miracle and miracles are real. Many miracles happened in the Bible, true. Example is like that of Daniel. Katie, hi, hi, hi. How are you doing? Very good. Stephen was citing an example of Jesus driving the demons from the madman. That is true. That is a miracle. Jesus sent the demon to the pigs. That is nothing short of a miracle. Those are miracles. I'm waiting for your reply, Sam. Are you still here? You said nothing like miracle is just coincidence. Okay, Sam, Americans, Europeans, and Asians don't believe in miracles, though. Chinese miracles are hard work. Oh. So, what do you believe in? Do you believe in miracles? And I was asking you that the case of Daniel, are you going to say that it was a miracle or it was just a coincidence? You know, this fate of a thing is an individual something. It's it's something that is individual. It's not you as a person. What do you believe in? Not what the Americans believe, not what the Europeans believe. Like I do tell my people, the fate of your pastor will not deliver you. You have to know God yourself. Katie, hola, hola, hola. Good to have you around. Thank you for joining our live. Hope we are all doing good. Okay, Sam said the case of Daniel was during Jesus Christ's time. So you believe that was a miracle? And Daniel's case, was it even in the New Testament? Sam, Daniel's case, was it even in the New Testament? As Jesus, I haven't seen any miracle before, but I've seen a lot of good stuff happen out of nowhere. Out out of nowhere. I can't read this your handwriting, no. Log. So Log is saying he hasn't seen a miracle happen before. But I'm sharing my experience. I've seen miracles happen. I've seen you move. You moved the mountain, and I believe I'll see you do it again. Okay, so Log is saying, let me say one thing. I might be the only dude here who don't have a clue about Bible, cause I'm a Hindu. Wow, 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 wow. Log, don't worry. It's easy. Just download a Bible on your app. You can easily access what we're talking about. Okay, Sam is saying it's the European who introduced Christianity to Nigerians and Africa. Sam, we're not talking about Christianity, we're not talking about Islam, we're talking about a personal relationship with God. Our breathing is a miracle. Sam, let me ask you, if you are in a state of dilemma, who do you call? Like, sometimes here in Nigeria, when we have maybe a bit of, maybe about to have an accident. Okay, is European who introduced Christianity. What you saw is coincidence, not miracle. Okay, and people start calling Jesus, 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 Jesus. Oh God, oh my Lord. Stephen, what do you call? Everything that has happened written in the Bible are things that existed before and happens. True, 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 true. I accept that, Stephen. So Sam, in a state of dilemma, trouble, do you believe a miracle can happen or just a coincidence? It happen. It can easily happen. It's just what will happen. Or you don't believe in miracle at all. So I believe miracle happens. I've experienced miracle before. I have personally. Okay, Log was saying, let's say when I was so sick, my family members prayed to God to cure me and give me a better health. But it looked like my body cured itself with medicine and good care by my mother and grandma. Good to hear that, Log. But I believe there is a hand of God in everything. Calling Jesus is what we are told to say all the time. So Sam, you still call Jesus, yeah? But you still call him. When Bible says the name of God is a strong tower, the righteous run it into it and is saved. I believe nothing just happened. There is a super being, there is a supernatural control of everything. When they say the spiritual controls the physical. And log, it takes the helps of God for you to be healed. When the doctor says we try but God heals, what does that mean? It means that no matter how they try, the life of everyone is still in the hands of God. And he can do whatever he wish with it. So the fact that God kept you is as a result of him keeping you for a purpose and ensuring that every medicine you take goes well with your system and you get healed. If not for the help of God, it might not happen that way. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So I believe strongly in miracle. I've experienced miracle before. This one's not be coincidental. Okay, Sam, are you still online? I don't know if you had my. Okay, Stephen was saying, for instance, my friend was in a car that had an accident, and there were about four passengers, but three died, and only he survived. That was a miracle. Great miracle indeed. Sam, I know it's possible for you to say that was a coincidence. I personally experienced God miracle. I don't know if you were online when I was sharing it. After my university days, I was supposed to go for NYC, the National Youth Service Corps that we go for after university, and they will post you in any state in Nigeria. And there was a course that I naturally did not carry. Okay, Log was saying, I believe that one can't ask God to give them something or call for God whenever they are in a bad situation. It's just how life is like, and our actions reflect on good and bad situation. Okay, Log. I was terrified. I was terrified when my mates, their names came out to serve in different states, but my name did not come out. So why? I was so saddened. By the time I will get home, I had a dream, and in my dream, I was told, Philip Smith, how you doing? Good to have you here. I was told to take up my phone and get my call up number. Call up number is the number Nigerians preparing from National Youth Service Corps, National Youth Service Corps after university days go for. And I typed my call up number on my phone in the dream. And I woke up and I checked my phone in the morning. I just remembered I had a dream. I checked my phone and I saw the number in my notes, in my phone. And months after, the call up number came, and I was cleared for service that year. What was I saying? Will I say that is a coincidence? For a supernatural miracle like that, that is not a coincidence. That is a miracle. That is nothing short of a miracle. It's a miracle. It's just God showing me mercy. So I will say that's not just something that just happened. So that I will say, that I will say. Okay, I don't know how to read this your message. But the jakpada things, people that are jakpaing are jaing pada. I hope you know. My husband was just telling me, Sam, Sam said it was just a coincidence. Nah, no, 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 no. That wasn't a coincidence, please. It's nothing short of a miracle. From my dream to my physical life, something I didn't type while I was conscious. That's a miracle. That is a miracle. That is nothing short of a miracle. Hi, 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 everyone. Hi, hi. Good to have you all around. Thank you for joining our conversation today. We're talking about miracles. The miracles do happen, miracles still happen, and God is still in the business of doing miracles. Some are for, some are against. Some believe that it's not a miracle, it's just a coincidence, while some believe that God is still in the business of doing miracles. I believe that God is still in the business of doing miracles, and He's done miracles several times for me that I've shared. And the case of Daniel was nothing short of a miracle. For him not to be consumed by the lion, and it's a miracle. There's nothing you can tell me. That is a miracle. It's a miracle. So I want to hear from us. Have you experienced any miracle? Okay, Sam was saying, have you ever seen a person pray all night and found on the table in the morning, food on the table in the morning. Okay, Sam, what about if I tell you that something something close to that happened to me? Do you believe that? I went for a course at the Redemption City, and I wasn't fully prepared. So I was supposed to stay in the hostel for like 6 weeks, but I was not prepared. But I just obeyed because I knew my spirit and the Lord asked me to go for that course. So when I went there, those in the hostel, they have gas cooker, they have pots, they have the likes, but I don't because I wasn't prepared. Hi, Phineas, how you doing? Good to have you on live. So I prayed, and the Lord told me that this and this and this will be given to me. And the next morning, I saw a bag under my bed. The next morning, I saw a bag under my bed, and in that bag, you guess what is in there? Lots of foodstuff, pots, and everything you can ever imagine. So, what do I call that? That is a miracle. It is. It is nothing but a miracle. So, for me to see the foodstuff and the everything is an indication that God answered my prayer and I got my miracle. Good to have you all that are just joining. Good to have you all. I had to the connection on the second phone actually got. If you are just joining, kindly like, subscribe, and let's discuss about miracles. We are discussing about Daniel, how Daniel received the miracle of God. So let me hear from you. Have you experienced miracle before? Hi, everyone. Good to have you all around. Thank you for joining. Log. The previous live was actually, it was the, what is this called? The data that finished on it. So it locked up, the connection cut off. The connection cut off on that phone. I had to use my second phone. I already sensed it. I was already on this live because I'm sensing the connection on that one will cut off. Yes. So Log, you were telling me about your work these days that been it has been very hectic. Hope you've been able to settle down a bit and you've gotten yourself. So like I was saying, by the time it's morning, and I don't know if this person that asked me question is here already. By the time it was morning, I just experienced a miracle because I saw a bag full of different kind of food stuff with pots, with a cooker, with you can't hear me properly. Can you hear me now? Log, can you hear me now? So I just believed miracle happens and it will always continue to happen. Okay, okay. Good. Good to know that you can hear me now. So the next day, I just saw a bag full of food stuff, full of pots, everything that was needed, everything that I need to heat to be okay over there. I got it. So the person that asked me a question, have you seen a person that prayed and the next morning you just see food on your table? It has happened to me before because that person I never believed would do such a thing. Looking like white princess in a white dress. Abid Mehmod, thank you. I want to take that as a compliment. Thank you for coming on the on this live. Please like and subscribe if you haven't. Good to have you all around. So we're talking about miracles. Do you believe in miracles? We're talking about God's faithfulness and how good God has been. So some people believe in miracles, while some believe it's just mere coincidence. But I have experienced miracles so long that I believe there's nothing like coincidence. Miracles do happen. If you haven't liked, please like, subscribe. Philip Smith, are you still online? Are you still online? Philip? Habib Mehmood, where are you watching from? It's a sunny afternoon here. Miracle is just my mom making tasty food every morning, trying to make me fat, and says my food will make you fat every time I eat. Log, is it making you fat? Log, hope you are fat now. Thank you there for your sweet words. Thank you, Habib, for your kind words as well. Please like and subscribe if you haven't. Let's grow together. So I'm saying, I believe in miracles. Do you believe in miracles? We were talking about Daniel that was thrown inside the lion's den, and Daniel was not eaten by the lion. I believe that is a miracle. And I've experienced so much miracles in my lifetime. And I want to hear from you if you have as well. So on Monday, we talked about friendship, that your friends will either make or mar you. Log is saying, thank God I'm not fat like my fat cats. Because whenever I'm not at home, my mom feeds it with all kind of food, and it's a big chunky cat now. Abid, your personality is impressive. Thank you, Abid. Thank you for your kind words. Hi, Somtochuku. Somtochuku, what is the meaning of your name? I've heard it before, and I think I've heard. Is it thank God? Samtochuku, hi, hi, hi. Good to have you on my live. Please like if you haven't, subscribe if you haven't. Let's discuss about miracles today and discuss about Daniel. Yesterday we learned about Daniel, lessons from the life of Daniel. On Monday we learned from Daniel, friendship from Daniel. Today we are learning about miracles from the life of Daniel. Samtochuku, your name is a name that I've heard before, and I think I was told the meaning. But seems I forgot. Let me know, what is the meaning of your name? Does it mean thank God? Sometimes I'm waiting for a reply. If you have not liked, please like. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe to this channel. Let's grow together. So we're talking about miracles. Miracles do happen. Daniel experienced miracles several times, especially in the land of Babylon. The time he was thrown into the lion's den, he was not eaten up by the lion, or was he eaten up? Let me know in the comment section. Daniel, I believe, was not eaten up. If it was eaten up, let me hear your own view. But that was nothing short of a miracle. So also the three of his friends, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they were actually told to bow down to a graven image, and they refused to bow down, and they were thrown into the fire. People that threw them into the fire got burnt. They that were thrown into the fire did not get burned. Is that any? Is that not a miracle? That is nothing short of a miracle. So I believe in miracle. I believe God is still in the business of doing miracle, and He will still do miracle for me personally. I don't know about you, but as many that believe in miracle, I pray you receive God's miracle as well. So that is what I have to say. Let me hear from you. You've experienced any miracle before from God? Are you expecting to experience a miracle from God? I want to hear your view. I want to hear your view about miracles. But God is always in the business of doing miracles. He's still in the business of doing miracles. And He will continue to do miracles. Some Tochuku, are you still there? I'm asking for the meaning of your name. My name is Adeola. I'm a Nigerian.